You've asked for it, you wanted it, I caved, and I'm glad to do so. So stay tuned, we are about ready to do a coffee episode. Cheers, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Bourbon Booze. I am so happy to be here. It has been a long time since we've done a real coffee episode. We did a blind tasting not too long ago of Folgers Community and Maxwell House, but we haven't done coffee episodes in quite some time, probably about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, when it used to be our consistent Wednesday episodes. And there has been so much requests to bring them back, and the coffee episodes that are still 2, 3, 4 years old still tend to be some of our highest watched videos. I have decided that we will start this back up and start doing some coffee episodes. Don't have a lot of coffee. We've drank most of all of our stockpile, but I do have several to keep us going for quite some time. And I'm excited to bring this coffee to you because it ties in with the theme of the show, and that's whiskey. We are going to do a whiskey enhanced or whiskey flavored coffee. This had been aged in a whiskey barrel for quite some time, and this is the Bearded Barista Ironroot Harbinger coffee bean. So Bearded Barista is a coffee shop in San Angelo, Texas. It's out in probably the middle of the state, just about. It's probably a good 3 to 4 hours west of Dallas, Fort Worth, and Austin. And I ran into Nate and Kim. Nate and Kim are the owners at Ironroot Distillery this past fall, and they gave me a bag of their coffee infused whiskey that was aged in a Ironroot Harbinger whiskey barrel. And if you don't know, Ironroot is one of my favorite distilleries. I happen to be there quite a bit. It's about almost 2 hours north of me, but I tend to go almost once a month, it seems like, because they have some spectacular offerings. And they allow me to work their bottle line every time they bottle. So it's very exciting to meld my two loves together, coffee and whiskey, and put these all into a single package and give you a flavor profile. Now, I actually love Harbinger. It's one of my favorite whiskeys, and I love Arabica beans, which I believe this is. I don't know how long he aged or roasted this with the coffee infusion. I believe he just packs coffee beans into an old barrel and lets it sit and soak in those whiskey flavors, and then he roasts them. I've also heard of people actually infusing them with like soaking them in the whiskey and then infusing them or roasting them. I'm not sure how he does it. He doesn't really explain on his webpage, but and I didn't get a chance to really talk to him. It was a really quick in and out. So I do plan to visit with him more and maybe have him come up and be on the show and talk about his whiskey infused. His current whiskey infused, I believe, is a Houston, Texas distillery. So it varies from style to style. But he also has many other offerings: Guatemalan, Nicaraguan, Honduran, Costa Rican, Brazilian, all sorts of different infusions and roast and all sorts of different beans from all over. I think he's probably got 20, 25 different offerings on his webpage. This one cost about $20 for the whiskey infused. I think the rest are just under 15. So you can look up on the Bearded Barista's webpage, and that's the Bearded Barista in San Angelo, Texas, and you can give it a try. So let's go ahead. This has been marinating, if you will, for about 5 minutes. It's 3 tablespoon scoops of coffee into this. So it's going to be a nice, rich, dark flavor. Freshly ground. We just ground it the other day. It is quite chocolatey looking and thick almost, because I did put 3 heaping spoons in there. And it does have a really nice chocolatey, aromatic aroma to it. But you're also getting that essence of that whiskey, that corn liquor, corn whiskey. It gives a little bit of medicinal aspect to it. Now, if you've ever popped open a can or a bag of whiskey-infused coffee beans, it does have a flavor in the bag that is not actually, it's not pleasant, but it's not horrible either. But once you grind it and cook it, it tastes pretty good. This has a wonderful aroma to it. Now, I will say, when it comes to whiskey-infused coffee, I'm usually a 1 cup person, possibly a 2, where normally when I'm drinking normal coffee, I'm a 1 pot, possibly 1.5 pot person. Nice and rich, chocolatey, nutty, a little bit of that, I don't know, whiskey-esque flavor to it. It's not really vanilla or corn sweetness. There's no sweetness to it, but it's definitely, you would probably associate it with whiskey. I say definitely, probably, but you could associate it with whiskey. Not too bitter. I tend to like to put a whole cream or even a sweet cream in my coffee whiskey, just to take out that bitterness from the whiskey. Quite pleasant though. One of the better coffee whiskeys I've ever had. You know, you can look back and see all sorts of coffee whiskeys. And we actually tried making some ourselves, where we soaked coffee beans in whiskey and then roasted them and made them, and it was just not a good thing. But I've bought plenty of coffee whiskey from Jack Daniels to Balcones to Chattanooga to all sorts of places. So I would definitely give this a thumbs up. If you're ever driving in the Panhandle, in Texas, out in the middle of nowhere, near San Angelo, I'd definitely stop by and see Nate and Kim at their shop. It looks like a cute little coffee shop. It wasn't there that I know of last time I was in San Angelo, which was a number of years ago, but it is on my stop list if I ever make it. But I would definitely check them out. Tell us what your favorite coffee whiskey is, and we will try to get it and do a review of it. And I keep saying coffee whiskey, but coffee beans that have been infused with whiskey or roasted with whiskey or aged in whiskey barrels or whatever, that kind of thing. But let us know, and I will definitely try it. But this is probably at the top of my list. I am really quite impressed. But like I say, I'm a 1 cup type of person when it comes to this flavor profile. Okay, so let us know what you think about having coffee back every Wednesday. This will be put out today, but a little bit later this evening, so it'll be later than normal. But normally our coffee videos will come out at 3 every Wednesday. We are kicking up and having a Tuesday, Thursday whiskey again. We had one yesterday on Amberana. Check that out, whether Amberana is for you or not. And then tomorrow we do have a whiskey review of an actual bottle. It's been a while since we've reviewed an actual bottle, but you can look forward to that. And then again on Friday, we'll do a cocktail with Cody. And so we're trying to get back into the groove of things. It's been a long haul this past year with so many life changes and so many different things going on that we have kind of put the channel on the back burner, and now it's time to put it up front and get it boiling. So check it out. Make sure you check out Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We also post on those almost daily, and we are so glad you're here. We'll see you tomorrow, and have a good cup of coffee. Cheers.